Hello everyone. For the past couple of years, I rarely reviewed or analyzed the first ones from Babylon 5, and most of those videos were about the Vorlons or the Shadows. I thought it would be interesting to start a series reviewing the first ones from Babylon 5. Instead of just reviewing their fleets, I will also go over their history, technology, and of course their ships as well. We will start this series by reviewing the walkers of Sigma-957. There's not a lot of information about this race in the show, but if you look at other sources such as Babylon 5 Wars, the Wars of the Ancients, there's a plethora of information about the first ones. According to canon sources, the walkers use Sigma-957 as their home base. Besides that, there's not a lot of information about them, besides that they fought against the Shadows in the first Shadow War. But in the Babylon 5 Wars booklet, there's more to them than what meets the eye. They're among one of the oldest of the first ones, and are considered odd even by their own brethren. They have a huge desire for knowledge, which trumps their desire for territory. To the walkers, nothing is compared to the infinite reaches of space. Before the walkers became sentient, they were large, thick-skinned, and had poor physical senses, but they were able to avoid these obstacles due to their powerful telepathic abilities, which was common for first ones to possess. They also had natural long lives as well. Through their telepathic abilities, the walkers developed technology which allowed them to study the environment around them at a greater degree than other species. They went beyond than what other first ones were capable of during that time by analyzing the fabric of space. Through their research, they discovered alternate dimensions that were connected to theirs. They built vessels capable of visiting these dimensions, which became a main location for study. One of the first dimensions that they visited was third space. They quickly encountered the aliens that lived in that dimension. Centuries of failed negotiations forced the walkers to secretly map out third space. Luckily for the walkers' vessels, they didn't open a hole into that dimension, but they simply just jumped in, very similar to the way they would just jump into hyperspace. Due to this factor, the third space aliens were unable to follow the walkers into their dimension. The second dimension they discovered was hyperspace. Through their studies of hyperspace, they discovered other dimensions and other areas of space that wouldn't be reachable. According to non-canon sources, the Shadows and Vorlons haven't discovered hyperspace yet, and the Vorlons were still perfecting space travel during that time. For me, it seems a little far-fetched on how advanced the walkers are compared to the other first ones. The walkers never had a lot of territory, and they also disregarded planets that were claimed by other first ones if it got in the way of their research. The walkers' territory was made up of launch points to help with their exploration. They also had two other planets that they used to store their data about the universe. We already know the first planet, which was Sigma-957, but they also had another planet which was near a rift in space, which received a lot of curiosity from the walkers. Their travels took them further and further away from their territory, leaving it vulnerable and open to attack. Eventually, the planet that was near the rift was destroyed by an asteroid. This forced the walkers to realize that they needed better protection for their data and territory. They also opened relations with other first ones, which will help protect their assets in the future. They also started to visit key parts of their territory more often to avoid the same situation. The interesting fact about the asteroid that destroyed the second planet was it originated from Vorlon space. It's not unreasonable to conclude that the Vorlons sent the asteroid to the planet due to their frustration that the walkers refused to give away their hyperspace technology. Even though the walkers are peaceful, you don't want to mess with them. Their technology is quite advanced, and their ships are extremely powerful. What really separates the walkers' technology from the other first ones is their in-depth knowledge of jump drive tech. Just like the other first ones, they're able to jump into hyperspace, but due to their extended knowledge of the fabric of space, they're also capable of traveling to other dimensions, which other first ones are unable to. Besides, the one time they created a device which opened a hole to third space and caused a lot of destruction. The walkers' jump point technology has more capabilities than just traveling to other dimensions. They also can use their weapons in the middle of a jump and move moons to other dimensions as well. Traveling to other dimensions besides hyperspace can drain their ship's energy by a huge margin and can put their vessel in a vulnerable situation if they are caught off guard. The walkers' weapons are actually powerful scientific devices, which any damage that it causes is only a side effect of the device and not its primary purpose. We're going to be analyzing the weapon's scientific purpose and the damage that it causes to other vessels. One of their primary weapons is a lightning array, which is a massive electromagnetic weapon which fires long beams. Compared to the other ancient armaments, the lightning array is able to fire longer than the other first ones. This weapon can also be used as a communication device, which can reach other vessels across long distance and other dimensions. The walkers also have a medium version of the lightning array, which is less powerful and are only placed on vessels that travel in short ranges. The chromatic pulse driver is a complex sensor which the walkers use to study the fabric of space. Their vessels launch several chromatic pulse orbs into their local area to get a complete analysis. When the device is set in pulse mode, any ship that comes into contact with it will experience electromagnetic damage. There is also a light version of this device, which has a higher resolution than the main device, but with a shorter range. The walkers also possess the ability to map out and record every single microsection of an area of space. When their vessels are performing sensor sweeps, any vessels that are in that area will experience a system drain, which we got to see in Season 1 in Babylon 5. The walkers can also leave behind a probe that has the same ability, and is referred to as the energy draining mine. Their vessels are also capable of linking up together to perform a net sweep of the area, which can cause a huge energy drain as well for other vessels. The last two devices the walkers have are electronic warfare detector and a sensor charge receiver. The electronic warfare detector is a sensor which can detect any configuration from enemy ships. The sensor charge receiver can detect any irregularities in space. The walkers' vessels are built very similar to the way they build their tech, science first and then warfare second if necessary. Their main ship is the Traveler, which was shown to us in the show. This vessel is huge and is considered an Explorer class vessel or a mobile base, and can remain in space indefinitely without being resupplied or managed. The vessel is armed with a lightning array and 3 chromatic pulse drivers. It's also defended by bio armor and a jump drive. The second vessel is the Waymaker, which is a mobile scientific platform which is deployed in areas of space that possess a great interest to the walkers and is also beneficial to their research. The vessel is armed with 2 medium arrays, 2 chromatic pulsars, 4 energy drain mines, 1 electronic warfare detector, and 1 energy draining net. It's also defended by bio armor and a jump drive. The only negative part about this vessel is its maneuverability, which is extremely slow. The Pathfinder is a scout ship and is the first vessel sent to unmapped areas. It's also equipped with a superior sensor and always operates alone. It's armed with a medium lightning array, 1 energy draining mine launcher, and 1 chromatic pulse driver. It's also defended by bio armor and a jump drive. The walkers also have another vessel, which was the first advanced scout ship that they built. It was large and unmanned. It performs the same missions as the Pathfinder, but without a pilot. Overall, the walkers of Sigma-957 had the opportunity to become a major power in the Babylon 5 series, but due to their lack of interest in the affairs of other races, they were overlooked and avoided. What's your thoughts about the walkers of Sigma-957? I would love to read your thoughts in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to click on the notification bell to keep yourself updated with my channel. It will also be highly appreciated if you follow me on my socials. If you enjoyed this video, then please check out these other 2 videos displayed on the screen. Thank you for watching Utopian Broadcast, and I'll see you next time on my channel. Thank you.